Is this 85-1.2 the king of bokeh for sports photography, or is it just another lens you're going to waste your money on? Hey everyone, I'm Evan Farrell, and this is my deep dive into Canon's RF 85mm f1.2 DS version. Let's go over the basics. It's a massive lens. This isn't next to a 70-200. I mean, it is gigantic. For something just as small as an 85, it is ridiculously big. Here's all the specs on the sheet for people that actually care about that stuff. But let's get into the basics. I got to use this at a Ole Miss Georgia game this past weekend, and I had a lot to think about it, honestly. For the price point, it's tough to swallow. It's a very expensive lens, and I already do have an evanf.raw 1.2, and I already love that lens, so I was really eager to see how this is going to pair up against it. Just for a size comparison, this is the RF 85 1.2, and this is the EF 50 1.2. It's a little different, as you can see. Size doesn't always matter. We all know this. Let's get into the good and the bad of it. So I was running around pregame just trying to blur that background with as much bokeh as possible, and I just didn't like it, honestly. All the shots felt like a 70-200, just really either zoomed out or zoomed in. It just didn't feel like a proper lens for me, and I didn't know how it was going to fit into my workflow. So let's go into some images I took with it. All right, starting off with this picture of Alston, I was maybe 10 feet from him. No cropping done in this. This is how it was in camera. And as you can see, there is a lot of background blur, but it honestly just looks like a 70-200 zoomed in at 200 and I was further away. So this was just my first initial preview. I was kind of like, okay, it didn't blow me out of the water at first. So on this play, Trinidad broke free and he was running. And from this, you'd think, oh, it's just a 70-200, maybe at like 150 or 180. But no, this is at 85, and granted, when you do crop in, it's absolutely tack sharp, but it just looks like a 70-200 that I just zoomed in all the way on. It doesn't look like it's f1.2, and obviously, yes, they're going to get closer, it's going to get blurrier, but for sports, there's not going to be a lot of times where they're in the back of the end zone and running to you, and I just wasn't finding really any time where I really liked it. Nothing was really standing out for me. Again, I used it here on a Q1 Lacey run, and as you can see, I mean, it's hitting focus. That is the one thing I will say. My EF 50 1.2 misses focus a lot. It'll have a lot of focus breathing. I'll miss focus a few times just because it's kind of indecisive. With this, I never miss focus once. Canon has done a really good job with their RF lineup to where it refuses to miss focus. It hits their eyes every time without fail. So up until this point, I was just not really wowed with the result. I was kind of mad. I wasn't getting anything that was sort of standing out to me. And then this happened.
Zen out there. Just keep doing what you're doing if you can. Breaking free. Dribbling in a foot race. Down the sideline. An electric touchdown. Oh, man, still perfect.
Dijon dribbling runs right to my camera, and I'm thinking, oh, this is the perfect opportunity to truly see if this 85 is worth all the hype. And as you can see, it is just so blurry. The background is just, oh my gosh. You see it misses focus on one, but besides that, just phenomenal. I mean, like, it just rips the subject out from the rest of the background. It separates everything so well. And I was just amazed by these photos. It looks so good. I'm so happy with this photo, and it just focused like that. I didn't have time to think. I just clicked focus, and it was there. It did not miss, and it really made me think: is this a good lens? Am I liking it now? And so I started to have a little more hope. I was like, okay, I like the 85. Here's another test shot with Winnie catching a ball. As you can see, it really separates them. I'm about maybe 15, 20 yards from Winnie here, and I mean, it's tack sharp. It does not miss. And the background's super blurry, but just you could get the same effect with the 70-200, which is really where I'm starting to realize the downfall of this lens is it's kind of a one-trick pony. I mean, unless they're right there. Maybe for other sports, for basketball, I presume it's really good, but I'm unfortunately a football photographer. I need something that caters to my needs in football, and it's just not really meeting up to those standards right now. That's all I have for this. I really don't know how to feel about it. For a weekend of renting it, I thought it was interesting, to say the least. I don't know if I would throw this in my bag full time, but for someone that does portraits, I could definitely see this being a one-size-fits-all lens. But for sports, especially football, it's just a weird focal length to where very rarely going to get something you like, but when it does happen and that magic moment does come to you, it can create some pretty cool imagery. So that's all I've got. Stay tuned for my photo breakdown of all these Georgia photos, and I'll see y'all next time.